Well, welcome to Neighbor Foundation Kids Debate Club 2023-2024 informational meeting. I am so excited to have you here. This is exciting because this is our second semester of the season. We've had wonderful debates thus far. The kids have been very, very, very focused. We've had three debates, and you can go on the website to see them. But one of the most fun, I think, was for the teens was space versus ocean. So that was intense. And then the most fun for the elementary was Skittles versus M&Ms. That was a hard one for me to kind of keep a straight face because I love me some Skittles, but I couldn't show that on the as the facilitator. So it's fun, and I can't wait for you guys to see what we have in store for you. So my name is Jennifer Duckworth. I am the founder and CEO of Neighbor Foundations. Neighbor Foundation is a learning center where we actually focus on three main points. We focus on homeschooling consultation. So I teach people how to actually start their homeschool. Then I also focus on tutoring, where I tutor K through 5. Sometimes I go up to grade 7, but it really depends on the situation. And then we have, of course, what you're here for tonight, Kids Debate Club. Now, I have been married to my awesome husband for 15 years, and we have 3 children, and we have been homeschooling them for 8 years since my oldest was in kindergarten. It's been a blessing. I definitely was not expecting to homeschool. In my heart of hearts, I've always wanted to, but it wasn't something that I actually was expecting to do because, my husband is from the public school system, and he is amazing. He's actually been nationally ranked as a debater, so he has way more experience than I do in this area of education. But when it came down to it, we just made a decision to start homeschooling, and here we are. They love it, and we're excited about it, and we take it 1 year at a time. So definitely, if that's something you're kind of on the fence about, I'm more than willing to help you walk through that decision. But those are the three areas that we focus on: tutoring, debate, and homeschool education. Okay, so while I would love to tell you everything about what we did last year, I have a fun video. So I'm going to let you watch it, and then I'll kind of give you a small background about where we came from and where we're going. Okay. What is Kids Debate Club? Well, it's a fun place to disagree. Do we have fun in the debate club disagreeing with each other? Yeah? Okay, good. That is the whole goal. I want you guys to feel comfortable with sharing your opinion and understanding that this is just a place where you can do that and not be criticized for it.
All right. Some issues can get your blood boiling, but it's always very, very important that we keep our composure during an
prepared for that that an opponent can say. You have facts from other people on your team that you can use to rebuttal against.
I believe I see Mr. Daniel's hand up.
I saw a lot of evidence, and it a whole lot of it just made me want to believe a lot. What I didn't see for real is stuff that are very mind-blowing that would actually really want me to get reeled into that side. So
down, and then you're thinking about how to position things from the other side as well as how to strengthen your side. And so I'm really impressed at how well you guys are growing. So this is going to be a really, really good one.
You gotta listen to the main points and what you wrote down for rebuttals, and like actually like rebuttal with like the important information that you got.
Heard from Coach Bradley is he said that when people are doing their presentations, you also have to write down what they're talking about, because you can use that to help you make a really good rebuttal and kind of like stump them on what they said.
What are your thoughts about today and just having your teammates help you?
Today, my teammates helped me learn all kinds of things about my side. I was like, well, I didn't know my side was this good. I thought it was good, but not this good.
That's excellent.
They're watching somebody else live their dreams and live their, whoever created their movie, instead of maybe making your own book or maybe reading a book.
Friday, November 9th, 2022, family movie night. We are finally going to see the long-awaited movie Wakanda Forever.
Argument 1. Books exercise the brain. Books boost your imagination, creativity, and thinking skills. They exercise more parts of your brain than you realize.
Read a book in the dark. Well, you can use like a reading light or like a flashlight to read a book, and that'll kind of help you read in the dark.
Do you have your title?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
I really love vanilla Oreos. Vanilla is also my favorite flavor. Here are some reasons of why I think vanilla Oreos are better than
You
chocolate.
need to gobble it all up and pay the cash.
Okay. It's a blockbuster. Who said that? That was Mark again?
I did.
You 2 for 1. You win the prize tonight. A round of applause. That's your prize. Awesome. Good job, guys.
Oreos are. And I probably am the only person that probably would like the vanilla more than chocolate, because I just like chocolate. But you all were amazing and keep on bringing those facts. But the really fun part, I like when you showed the proof, because I like to be able to see food and eat. So great job.
Yolanda, you guys did a phenomenal job. The research and preparation alone, and coming into this not knowing what side of the fence you're going to be on, says a lot about each of you. So thank you for showing up confident and well prepared to argue your point.
I've never tried a vanilla, but I'm definitely going to try a vanilla Oreo. I've never, but this debate, I'm definitely going to see what the hype is all about.
I feel actually really confident about the debate. I'm very sad this is our last debate. Well, our break for the whole summer.
All right. Well, you guys, I heard both groups, and I am literally so excited about our last debate of the season. Well, I hope that you guys got a snippet of the fun that we have, and welcome to those who are just joining us. Don't worry, this is being recorded, so you can come and play back the video so you can see what we just watched. But you're still coming in at a great time, because I'm just going to kind of go over our past and where we're going. We started in 2020, and that was during the pandemic. My children and I, we listened to a podcast called Brains On, and I thought it would be fun to offer this idea with our friends. And at that time, it was just homeschoolers, the Black homeschoolers of Birmingham. But, you know, over time, we realized that we had friends outside of that that were interested in debating with us. And so the first year we just did fun stuff. And we still have that core, like things like tacos versus pizza or cookies versus cakes. And then we just invited some upstanding members of the community to judge us. So we get a chance to actually use what we've been practicing on. We kept those core values, and then we added on coaching classes. We have two of the best coaches, I think, for debate in the world. It's just my biased opinion, but they come every month to work with the students and give them tips on how to use the skills they've been learning and prepare them for the actual debate. And then we grew so much that we had to separate it into two teams. One time, and that's when I finally was like, we've got to separate. The debate was so long because we had like the littles and the older ones, and they were all waiting for their turn. And we were like, we've got to separate this. So now we have elementary, which is 2nd through 4th, and then we have the teens, which is 5th through 10th, and they have their own time. And they're at two different spaces, but don't take the elementary students for granted because they have really stepped up their game. So it's fun to see. And then this past year, this current year that we're on, we've started to incorporate field trips. I'm really excited about that because this January, actually next Tuesday, we're going to do a virtual field trip to the Capitol, the United States Capitol. Maybe one day I'll get like a huge grant where somebody can pay for the bus and take us to take us to the actual Washington, D.C. I'm putting that out there, so anybody who's listening. But for right now, we're taking a virtual trip to Washington, D.C. They have a really cool program that I'll talk to you about later on in the presentation. And then we're going to have an in-person field trip where the kids will actually have a chance to see how their debate skills is used in real life. So I'm really excited about the growth, and I'm glad that you guys decided to take a look at this. Yes, and as you can say, this is a fun place for kids to disagree. It's all about the kids. It's all about them and their learning process. Uh-oh. Okay, so our mission is that we want to be a debate club that supports safety and academic growth through debate. And the learning process is simple. Kids will choose the topic, the debate topic, and then once they choose the topic, then they get to choose which side they're going to be on. That's the difference between all the other debate clubs that I believe that are out there. This is really kid driven, and it's a safe place for them to do so. So every month we have a list of debates, topics that they give me, and then I pick 6 debate topics, or usually just go straight down the line. And then we have a meeting where we review the past debate that we just finished, and then we talk about the actual topics that we have chosen, and then I put it in this spinner and it spits out 3 topics. And then the kids get to pick their top topic that they want to debate, and then we go from there. And then when it's time for the for the coaches to coach them, they say, okay, we want to be on this side, and then the other people will be on the other side. So it's completely kid driven. That way, I don't know if I mean, we're all parents here, but it's that age old way of getting your kids to eat vegetables. So if you let them cook the dish, then they're more what's the word? They are more readily willing to eat the food. So if you let them pick their topics and if you let them be more involved in the process, then the investment is bigger for them. So I think that's what makes it so much more fun, because they're the one telling you, and I can't wait for you guys to see this, they're going to tell you, hey, I've got debate. I've got my debate to go to. It's not, hey, mom, you know, you made me do this. No, it's theirs. And that's what I love about that. It's ownership. It's part of the learning process. Also, they get to learn how to learn through the coaches and the teachers. We have professional teachers that come on board that are literally professors from colleges around the country, and they teach them how to learn. I am requiring them to take notes. I'm requiring them to listen, and I'm requiring them to review the information because everything is recorded. Okay. And then they're also, you know, if you are a homeschooler, you can use this as your civics subject, because we are learning about the art of debate. We are learning about research. We are learning, sometimes it just depends on the subject. We are learning about different parts of history and how it affects the product that we're arguing about and whatnot. So this is definitely, whether you're a homeschool or not, this is definitely good for your educational curriculum in your home. I will say, before I get to the positive criticism, this program works best when the parents help the students between classes. I do actually have a parent on here who is a current member of our team as far as their students are debaters, and she could tell you firsthand, this is not just, I'm going to drop my kid off on the virtual class and leave. This is, I'm going to drop my kid off, but I'm also going to be very active in between times, right? So if they have something they need to work on, then I'm right there with them in the process. And then when it's time for the debate, you let them fly because you've been part of it. And now it's time for them to kind of, you know, use what they have learned, but you don't leave them alone. Because I promise you, if I could, I would, but I can't. I can only do so much with them. I'm giving you everything that I give my own children. And so I know that it takes work to do this program, but the benefits and the value proposition is tremendous. Positive criticism, there are going to be judges at each debate that they have at the end of the month, and they're going to give them positive criticism. It's not going to be like you're no good. No, it's going to be like, you guys did great, but this is how you can do better. All right, we're proud of you. You challenged us as judges, but we would like to see this. And that's something that kids at this age should get used to, because as adults, sometimes we're not used to that positive criticism. So I put that into the program to help develop the child. This is our staff, of course, myself, but these are the coaches that I was talking about, Nick Ivana Shannon and Rod Bradley. This is their third year to work with me. I mean, their second year to work with me. We just, put the coaches in 2 years ago, and I'm excited. They are wonderful. The kids, they are so excited to work with them. It's just a fun place to disagree. It really is. Okay. And as I've gone over, this is our year 3. Again, our season is February, March, and April, all virtual, except for the in-person field trip that's coming up. This will be on Zoom, and each session will be recorded. Topics, like I said, are voted by the children. Debate classes, each guest teacher will discuss an element of debate. So I will have, as it says down here, a calendar, so you'll know what to expect and what they'll be learning. There's no secrets and there's no surprises. Okay, I put everything on the table because that's how I like it. So I hope everybody is okay with that. Again, they get coaching. They'll review over the students' work and they'll help them to put it in the right place. And then the students will participate in an actual debate at the end of each month. And usually it lasts for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'll take questions at the end, okay? These are the field trips, okay? And you can scan the QR code to register for them so I can make sure you're updated on all information. But this one is really super fun. This is a virtual field trip to the US Capitol, and they're actually going to do like a virtual voting activity where the people will give them a scenario, and then they would act as the actual Senate or the Congress, and they will vote on whether or not to help that particular community or make it into a bill or a law. So that's pretty exciting. Free, of course, but you just need to RSVP so I can make sure that they know you're coming. And then also, we have our February 22nd field trip. That will actually be in Montgomery, where we'll have a tour of the Capitol. And then we have the actual House and Senate debate that will be going on that we have access to. So we won't necessarily be able to talk to them unless by some means they see that we're there and they turn around and start asking us questions or allow us to ask questions. I hope that works out in our favor, but we definitely get to see the House and the Senate do their debates. And I asked particularly when in the session it was the best time, and the lady said February, they actually have something to talk about, so this is the perfect time to go. And then here's your registration. So make sure that when you have a chance, you can scan that and get on the RSVP list. Okay, I see that we have something in the chat. Let me see if I can look at that. Oh, okay. Yes. Honestly, I will email the link to you in after the meeting, so you won't miss a thing. Okay. Thank you though. All right. Items needed. Okay, this is very important. Zoom account for the debate activities. So if you have a teenager and then you have an elementary student, you're going to need like 2 computers, because especially for the actual debate, because your teenagers are going to have their own debate, and then your elementary are going to have their own debate. But as far as the classes are concerned, you can have one Zoom account for that. The other time that you might need to have 2 computers is for the coaching session. Again, if you have 2 different ages, they're going to have 2 different coaching sessions. Also, you may have, like I had this last debate where one of my children were on this team and my other child was on another team. And so they went to two separate coaching sessions. And so you may have to have 2 different accounts. But fortunately, Zoom is free. So I'm sure you can get as many accounts as you want to. But if you have multiple children that you're going to sign up, just keep that in mind. Band app. This right here is very important. It's new, and we've worked really hard to get used to it, but so I don't know if you've ever like actually been a part of the debate team, but in person debate, they are talking to each other all the time, right? When they meet on a regular basis or actually during the debate. And so since this is virtual, I have gotten the tool, the Band app. This is something that is important that your child, I know even if you're like anti-social media or whatever, like it is important that your child at least check the Band app once a day, because I put out resources. Then also after we start picking teams, I separate the teams and they have their own message group so that they can talk to each other about resources that they found that can help each other. It's like supposed to be their time where they can communicate with their team. So even if you just allow your student once a day to check their Band app, that's what I do with my children. Like we have school, but then right after school, they're like, can we check the Band app? And I'm like, yes. And that's it. I don't expect them to like have a field day in it, but it just to be consistent, that way that you get that element of team and group. And also, I'm always putting on there the dates of the actual events that we have. I'm always putting the resources like recordings that we have of classes and stuff like that. So if you're new this semester, you have full access to everything that we learned this past semester because it's all been recorded. And so you can catch up and be on the same page as everybody through the website, and then the band app will keep you updated on stuff as we continue to go through the semester. So it's really working out for us. I'm really excited about it. It's just that like I said, you've got to be intentional about staying aware of what we've got going on. Then of course, like I told you, notebooks, it's important that they have 3 forms of notebooks, whether it's a computer or whether it's digital notebook or an actual piece of paper or whatever, because we have classes, we have coaching, and they will have to take notes during the debate so they can know how to do their rebuttals. So these are the tools that I definitely need them to have. And in the actual debate, they'll have what's called like a micro round. So they'll need to have that object, but we'll go over that as we get closer to the debate. So that's definitely not something to freak out about, because we don't know what the next topic is until we get started on the 5th of February. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I'll take questions at the end, but these are the items that are needed. Okay, like I said, here are some examples of the debate. All of this information can be found on my website at neighborfoundations.com. Everything that I'm going over, the sample debates, like I was saying, space versus oceans, Skittles versus M&Ms. This was the elementary debate that was really like intense. And then this was the teen debate this past semester that was super intense. So I thought y'all might have fun looking at that. Let your kids look at it, because ultimately they're the ones that's going to have to do this. So again, and I will put all these links in an email afterwards as a follow-up. But if you want to scan it, and you can, there it is. Okay. Let's see. All right, so scoreboard and scorecards. So recently we had a teacher that came in, and they were saying that when they were doing debate, they followed a flow. This is something that we just incorporated. This is the flow chart that they use during the debate. It helps them to stay on task and to be able to offer rebuttals to what they've heard. And then this is just a sample of a scorecard. As you can see, this is something that I really want to pause here for. In the past, we've just been more of you say your speech, and then the other team listens and they offer rebuttals. But this year we've added particular roles that the students have. So I know it's hard to see, but again, I could definitely send this out via email. But so on one team, you'll have the first position speaker. Then the other team will go next, and they'll be the first speaker for their team. And then you have where the second team offers rebuttals to the first team, and then vice versa. The first team offer rebuttals, and these are each roles. So someone on each team is responsible for each of these roles, okay? So it doesn't fall on one person's back. So this is definitely something that we just incorporated, and it's worked really well, because my daughter, my middle daughter, she is known for being really good at rebuttals. But this last debate, the coaches decided that she would be the closing speaker. And she was so nervous, because she's like, I never do that. I'm usually always the one that raises my hand for rebuttals. But what it did was it allowed her to be challenged, and allowed her to see the different value that she could add to the team. And that's happened throughout the whole thing. I know one of my other parents that's on here, her son, he's a quiet one, but he was able to be like the first speaker and started off, you know, and so that was new for him, but it was fun to see him in that role. So that's something that the coaches decide on after the coaching session. So it's really important that you're at everything because you don't want to miss out on any element. And then obviously they have the object of proof where they offer an object to go along with their side of the debate, and that's fun. And then we have a surprise attack where I'm actually going to tell them something that they don't expect, so it causes them to think on their feet, and they have to give an answer within a minute of when I present it to them. And that's always fun because they're like, we have no idea what's happening, but they rise to occasion, and that's always fun. And then they close with 6-word sentence, their last sentence to offer before the end of the debate, and then the judges judge based off of, you know, how well they did. These debates are not intense. I don't encourage political debates. I really encourage something fun like pillows versus bean bags, or, you know, like you saw, space versus oceans. I don't want it to be something that's too hard because emotions get involved too much, but I like to keep it light and airy so that they can actually learn something and not be bogged down by the heavy emotion of the topic. This is cool. We've had shirts. This is our second year to do shirts. This is our shirt for this year. Debate is our superpower, as you can see. And these are some of our actual debaters that we have. So they are required to wear the shirt during the debate, and it is included in the cost. Okay, and that's part of your registration. You can let me know what size and I'll order that shirt for you. But it's really cool to see them because some of them like to wear it, you know, just around town, you know, and that makes me feel good because I created this pattern, so it makes me think I'm cool. Um, here's what you want to know. How much is it? So it's $60 a student per month, and I do offer sibling discounts. And you can register. I'm going to give you the code, but you can sign up to register, and we get started February 5th. Okay. But yes, I do offer sibling discounts, but it's $60 a month per student. And here is the code. Really, the next step is just to get registered. And if you have any questions, you can always email me. Debate season starts Monday, February 5th. Well, we'll do a review and then we'll pick the topic and then we'll talk about what we're excited about for this next semester. So at this point, I will turn it over to questions. What questions do I have? And I hope that I was able to answer a lot of them during the presentation, but I'm more than willing to answer any questions that we have. I'll give us about 10 minutes for that. Any questions? Okay. Well, I know it was a lot to take in, and I'm always open for conversation, and you just have to email me and let me know what it is you are, you know, thinking. If you have any questions after you've processed it, I'm always available. Just email me at neighborfoundations@gmail.com. And again, a lot of the information that I'm sharing tonight is on our website, www.neighborfoundations.com. And I'm just so glad that you came, and I'm thankful for this opportunity to serve the community with the Kids Debate Club. So thank you for coming. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm here for you. Thank you so much.